Hey, what's up, dude? Just trying to make sure all this still looks good. Just oh, that's way too zoomed in. This is gonna be interesting. I still feel like it's too zoomed in, but it'll have to do. No, that should be okay. Yeah, we'll make it work. All right, without further ado, let's get into it because I've got a lot I want to do today before I get back to work. So what's going on, everybody? WakoBako here. As you guys can see by the thumbnail, we've got a collection to show off. This is a good friend of mine, a good old new kid. I was hanging out with him for a good bit yesterday. He gave me some belated birthday presents, which I appreciate you. And then he gave me some cards that we're going to take a look at. Look at his collection. And then we're going to look at another one of my CGC submissions that I have coming up. And we're going to go from there. Yeah, it's been a busy weekend. Had a lot of fun yesterday. I'm hoping to have some more fun today. I was playing a bunch of games last night and been trying to be somewhat productive this morning so we could have a good stream and have fun. We did open a bunch of packs and stuff yesterday, so I'm going to kind of show you the recap of all of that, everything that we pulled. He gave me a bunch of, you know, ETB stuff because obviously I haven't opened up Pokemon stuff in a while. But yeah, so for anyone that's in chat, what do you guys want to see first? We have binders to go through, both Pokemon and some other TCGs. Or do you want to go through and look at all the packs and stuff we pulled from yesterday? Or do you want to look at the CGC submission? With that in mind, I will be putting up polls on here on YouTube, over on Instagram, and on Discord. Kind of just seeing what kind of content you guys want to see more of going forward. I know with like the price hikes and all the Pokemon, especially on English side, I haven't really opened up too much of the recent sets just because I really don't feel like overpaying, right? And I know there's a lot of good people out there in the community, and I appreciate you. I just wish I could support you. It's just way too expensive. You know, one of the shops we were at yesterday, people were asking like over $100 for an ETB with 9 packs in it. Like, yeah, hard pass, I'm good. There's no recent sets that are worth that kind of money, so I'll stick to opening up Japanese, possibly even Chinese again. I really enjoyed that. I'm planning on doing a lot of CGC submissions. Yeah, it's insane. And I laughed when he told me the price. I was like, yep, not doing that. We ended up buying some other stuff that was reasonable, but like, yeah, it's people just being greedy, man, and taking advantage of the boom right now. But I'm gonna try and do at least 2 CGC submissions per month. Because I want to rotate between Pokemon stuff, and then I have Final Fantasy and now Kingdom Hearts to submit. So yeah, definitely gonna be rotating through a lot of submissions, especially with my discount. It's fairly cheap, and I'm not doing huge submissions like I did with the 50th submission. It's gonna be all like 10 card submissions, so should be a bit faster, should go by a little bit quicker. So why don't we do this? Let's start with all the random loose stuff. We'll go into the binders, and then we'll look at the CGC submission last. How does that sound? Oh, that sounds great. Okay, cool. So we'll do that. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's start even better. Let's show off the birthday gift. So again, I know he said he didn't really want me to mention, but I appreciate you, dude. Like it was really, really fun. But so here's the first, and this is actually kind of nice. Gotcha. But yeah, so there is a hollow foil playmat. First time I have one of these. Obviously, it's Magic the Gathering, but this is from the Final Fantasy and Magic the Gathering collab. Now, I'm pretty sure this playmat is way too big. Right, that's kind of what I want to see. Like, you kind of see a little bit of like the sparkle effect. I guess they just like kind of put glitter into it. But again, this is the Chocobo playmat. I'm gonna try and lay this out with the camera set up right now. It's probably way too zoomed in, but we're gonna take a look at it. It is a full-size playmat, so this should be pretty sick. Ooh, okay, yeah, it does have a little bit of a hollow effect there. Okay, that's actually pretty clean. I know we're super zoomed in right now. Can't really see much of it, but in that bottom corner, it's got the Magic the Gathering and Final Fantasy logo. It's got the big Chocobo, but yeah, it definitely has like a bit of a shine to it, which is kind of neat. So yeah, that's actually pretty sick. I'm gonna rotate this in as I do more Final Fantasy stuff. We'll utilize this, but yeah, that's a really nice mat. I like that, so thank you very much. I'll try and roll this up successfully. You know, every time you take one of these playmats out, it never fits back in the box the way that it did originally. All right, so next it's a funny gift because it's this love-hate that I have for what I'm about to show you, and my buddy knows it very well. But to see this is actually pretty sick, especially this. I don't know, it's gonna be sick. So let me show you guys. And for the price he got it at is insane. But check this out. So look at this, an original copy of Final Fantasy X-2. You guys know how I feel about Final Fantasy X-2. My boy snagged it for $11. Obviously, I mean, it's in box, you know, it's not the best condition, but it's crazy to see an old PS2 game. And yes, it does have the game and the OG manual in it. Manual's intact. I thought this was funny too. It's got the promo for Final Fantasy 11 in here. Yeah, Final Fantasy X in here, some of the figures. But yeah, I thought that was pretty sick. So obviously I appreciate that. Definitely adding that to the collection. But yeah, it's also sick to see older PlayStation 2 games. There's just stuff I haven't seen in a really long time. So what's going on, Nugget? How we doing? I'm just showing off some birthday gifts I got from a friend of mine when I was hanging out with him yesterday. An original copy of Final Fantasy X-2, which is hilarious. I'm going to try and take this sticker off. All right, so keeping in line with Final Fantasy, because again, you guys know how much of a fan I am, and obviously he does too. This is actually really, really sick, and now I have to go out and get the other volumes of this, but, oh goodness, this giant, massive book, as you can see, and it's a hardback book. So this is the Final Fantasy Ultimania Archive, obviously Volume 3. This is really sick because it covers 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So it covers both the MMOs and then, you know, some of my other favorite Final Fantasies. So this thing is actually sick because it's got a lot of the original artwork. But yeah, 300-page hardcover book. I am going to open this up. I'm going to look at it right now. But yeah, and it's awesome because, again, he knows how much of a Final Fantasy fan I am. And I knew this was out in the wild. It was just something I never got around to getting. So now that I have Volume 3, I have to go and get the other 2 volumes. But let's take a look at this real quick. And we'll check this out. But yeah, super sick. Again, thank you so much for getting this. This is absolutely insane. Come on. It's got this little insert on the back, which it's loose, so I'm just going to put this in like the back cover. Ooh, that's actually really nice. We'll turn this again, but yeah, I'm just going to put this in here so that stays nice and safe. All right. Oh man, this is a heavy book. Real heavy, but there it is right there. The Ultimania Archive. I know they have this for Kingdom Hearts as well, which I want to get into those as well. But yeah, really, really high quality stuff here. Again, I mean, it's Square Enix, so what do you expect? But yeah, we won't go through the whole thing because, again, this is a massive book. But it's cool because, again, it has everything broken down right from each Final Fantasy 10, 11, 12, 13, and, of course, 14. The cool thing is it has Final Fantasy 14, and then A Realm Reborn. So it has both the original 1.0 and then the re-release, which I can say I've definitely experienced. Oh, look at this though; it's got even. It's actually really sick. Oh, this is gonna be fun to go through for sure. I could probably do a whole stream just on this book. But yeah, this is absolutely amazing. It's got both the cover arts for Final Fantasy X, the international version, the mega hits version, which I want to get one of those. If I can find it sealed, that would be absolutely insane. Yeah, ultimate hits. And then there's the 10 and 10 too. Man, absolutely amazing. The 25th anniversary. Man, that's nuts. Oh, for Final Fantasy 25th anniversary. I was like, I know Final Fantasy. Well, no, I mean, yeah, it came out originally in 2001, so yeah, almost 25 years old. That's insane. And then, you know, all the different re-releases and stuff like that. So, oh man, yeah, absolutely beautiful. Again, I won't go through the whole thing today. If you guys want to see a separate stream on just, oh my goodness, yeah, look at this whole section. This is still a Final Fantasy X. Like, look at this. And it's cool because like all the pages are broken down in different colors, so you can see where the new sections start. So all of this is just Final Fantasy X, which is insane. Wow. And then we get to Final Fantasy 11 and all the expansions. Oh, this is insane. This is absolutely nuts. Yeah, I'm going to have fun going through this for sure. Oh, a bunch of the original artwork. Oh my goodness. Yeah, all right. So we may have to do a separate stream just in this book here. Yes, exactly. Right. It's got a lot of the original concept art in here. And again, and the best thing about this is this covers down, and granted, I like all the Final Fantasies, some more than others, but this covers all of the modern ones and the ones that I really, really enjoyed and played a lot of. But yeah, even original art for Final Fantasy 14. Oh my goodness. Absolutely insane. Yep, A Realm Reborn, the re-release. Oh man, yeah. We're gonna have to save this for a separate stream. I just want to give it its due diligence. But yeah, so again, this is only volume 3. I've got to pick up 1 and 2 now. But again, thank you so much, dude, for all the gifts. I truly appreciate it. Super exciting to have this stuff added to the collection. All right, so let's go through some of the loose stuff from yesterday. Again, there was a bunch of random stuff. We opened up all kinds of stuff yesterday. Bunch of random packs. Even opened up some Final Fantasy packs from some of the older sets. So the other thing that, let me actually turn back around while I'm talking away from the camera. So something else I didn't realize is that the ETBs, especially because it's been a while since I've opened them, they've actually redesigned the inside and how the Elite Trainer boxes actually like sit, which is really, really weird. I don't know who's opened up an Elite Trainer box lately, but they come in these like tubs now. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. Again, I just got a whole bunch of stuff that we went through yesterday. So let's see. Yeah, so here we go. So let me clear this off for a second. So again, you have your Elite Trainer box, right? So my buddy was opening up Mega Evolutions. They're a bit taller now, which is weird, but it's because if you take the lid off, they're in this giant plastic tub, which again, I don't really like. I think that just makes this even more bulkier than it ever needed to be. But yeah, now it's just, again, this giant tub that everything comes in. I guess it's a bit more organized, but I don't know. I thought it was super weird. You have your sleeves in there. You have your energies and stuff like that. So all that's a little bit better maintained. But yeah, so we'll go through all this here. Just kind of look over everything. Again, he was opening up a lot of the Mega Evolution stuff. And then we were just ripping all the random stuff. I brought this with me. This is actually one of the things that New Kid got me when he was overseas. And I was like, hey, let me bring one over. And we did it really, really well. I can't wait to show you. But yeah, the ETBs are definitely weird. I don't know how I feel about them being all kinds of tall. But I do have a bunch of this new set, which again, I don't plan on opening just because I'm probably going to take a break from the Mega Evolution set and wait for actual Gen 10 to start, which there's some rumors about when that's going to start. I'm not going to feed into that right now. Maybe we'll save that for another stream. But yeah, looking forward to the actual next generation of Pokemon to start, not this filler, overpriced garbage. Anyway. Because, I mean, that's all it is, right? They're just... And yes, I know, you know, Pokemon ZA came out, which I'm enjoying. A lot of people aren't, but so be it. But, yeah, what's going on, Saya? Yeah, I don't like the plastic either. It's just, it's weird. But, yeah. There's already been leaks and stuff about the next gen of Pokemon. I'm not going to look into any of that stuff right now. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to Gen 10 actually starting. This Mega Evolution stuff is just filler. They probably only do a handful of sets to buy them more time to get not only the game ready for the next generation, right? Because that's how this works, right? As they release a new game, the next generation of Pokemon TCG drops as well. So, but yeah, let's just go through some of the stuff again. This was what we opened up yesterday. And again, I know a lot of people aren't Final Fantasy fans, but we had fun opening up this set. This is called Rebellion's Call. Some pretty decent hits here, nothing too crazy, but we did get a bunch of the premium versions, right? Those are all your reverse holos for the Final Fantasy TCG. And it's cool seeing this in shops, right? This was actually really nice. Hero rarity, so the second highest rarity as a premium. Got a couple other heroes in this, but again, you guys know I like Final Fantasy, so thought we'd rip some of these packs yesterday. There is a new Final Fantasy TCG set coming out in November, which I'm trying to lock down pre-orders. So I'm trying to get a pre-release kit and probably 2 booster boxes. And the reason why I say 2 is you guys saw me open up the latest set. And now they have the condensed booster box, which is only 18 packs. It's either 18 or 20. So I might get 2 booster boxes for the new set. And of course, I want to get the pre-release kit. I always try and do that as well. Yes, it always has Nomura artwork in it. It always has, it'll have Nomura artwork in it. It will have Amano artwork in it as well. So I don't know what Final Fantasies are going to be represented in that set just yet. But as soon as I know, I'll pass the word along during one of the other Final Fantasy Fridays. Love this Cecil artwork, by the way. But yeah, should be pretty sick. I'm definitely looking forward to that for sure. I do want to open up some of the other Final Fantasy sets. I want to get some more of the Legacy collection. But again, I'm trying to keep everything into the mix, especially while I'm taking somewhat of a break from English Pokemon, just because again, it's way too expensive. I think it's kind of insane right now, but yeah, that gives me time to open up more Japanese Pokemon. Even some Chinese Pokemon, because there's been some recent sets for that as well. But yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna add some more stuff. Obviously, I'm still adding to the collection all the time, so I need to do some more collection recaps. But yeah, just been trying to keep up with everything. And again, just English Pokemon is just so overpriced right now. I just didn't think it was worth it. Luckily, I got lucky with some of these other packs here. There's a code for you. I know you guys haven't seen codes in a while, so there you go. But yeah, just opened up a couple other random packs. There we go. There's Ends PP Up. Gotta love it. Yeah. We even made the joke that, like, if we can get the reverse holo, maybe it's worth grading, just as the meme. But you know what's sad? I don't even have a binder for Journey Together, which is kind of sad, because the last set I left off on was Prismatic Evolution. So, and that was a set that I have no interest in going back and trying to work on either. So I might work on Journey Together. I probably won't. I did pull this Noibat, though. That was kind of nice. I probably won't work on Destined Rivals, just because you guys know how I feel about that. Now, with that being said, the Japanese equivalent with the Glory of Team Rocket, that set is almost complete. So as we get closer to finishing that, obviously we'll probably open up a couple more packs of that just to try our luck. And then yeah, if anything, I'll just buy the rest of the cards I need for that set and we'll be done. White Flare, Black Bolt. I still don't know how I feel about this one. We've opened up a good amount of the Japanese set, which was fun. Obviously, I got a lot of that from Alex over at /frag. I do like these energies, by the way. Yeah, he brought a whole bunch back from him when he was over in Japan, which that was kind of sick. But again, I don't know if I want to open up the English because, again, it's not like it's cheaper. You know, it's up there and as expensive as, you know, all the Mega Evolution stuff. So I don't know. And we'll see how this next year of the Final Fantasy TCG plays out. Obviously, there's some other stuff still coming. Yeah, the energies are nice. Yeah, especially the hollow energies, right? Those are kind of sick. And then the black and white hollow pattern, that one's kind of nice. But yeah, there's rumors of like another shiny set coming out sometime the end of this year, if not early next year. You know, just, you know, seasonal routine shiny stuff. Which set has your favorite? Probably one of the Sun and Moon sets. It was like, it looked like it had like the metal doors. I really like that one. We did pull another art rare from this one. Yeah, I want to say that was Sun and Moon era. But yeah, these ones are pretty nice too. Like, I don't mind those. It'd be cool to get like the whole set of the hollows. Yeah, I want to say, I think it was around like Team Up, or maybe even like before Hidden Fates, like somewhere in that era where they had like the meta. If I can find them, I'll obviously share that with you guys. But just remind me. But yeah, so here's a whole bunch of other stuff. Again, we ended up getting one of these. And then, again, my buddy just had a whole bunch of the Mega Evolutions packs. So let's go through the rest of White Flare. We'll check out the 151, which, again, I had a whole bunch of these on standby. And I said, hey, you know what? Let's just go through them and open them together. I think we did really well. And I'm excited to show you guys what we ended up getting. So let me sleeve these up. Again, I'm not going to collect the Mega Evolution set, right? And I know I'm saying that as I'm sleeving up Mega Evolutions cards. But I don't care for any of the set, honestly. There's some cards I want to get in English and Japanese, especially like the Lieutenant Surge. But outside of that, I mean, unless they drop like the Mega Raichu or Mega Blastoise, obviously we know there's Mega Raichu, new form, for the X and Y form, and then we know there's the new Mega Dragonite. So if anything, I'll get those cards specifically, and if they do an alt art, then, you know, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, again, I don't really have any interest in the current Mega Evolution sets. They're just, like I said, I think it's just gimmicky filler for the time being, so I'm gonna pass. But we'll see how the rest of it goes. Obviously, the next Mega Evolution set is featuring Charizard, which, ooh, big surprise there. But again, I'm not really interested in it. I'm a huge fan of EX Hollow Phantoms. Okay. Oh, yeah, so even, yeah, those ones, yeah, like super old. Yeah, those older ones are pretty nice, too, for sure. Yeah, I almost forgot about that one. That's a good call. But again, like, these Megas are cool. I don't know. They're recycling again, and I know people have told me, oh, well, they do that all the time. It's like, I get it, but it doesn't mean I have to enjoy it or be okay with it. Like, I just think it's lazy, you know what I mean? Like, because what's next? Are they going to do they're going to do GXs again? And then we're going to get tag teams, and then we're going to cycle back through Vs and VMAXs and V-Stars? Like, I know I'm just kind of ranting here, but if I sound crazy, please tell me I sound crazy. But I think it's just obnoxious, you know, like, they couldn't come up with something new. And I know they're putting this out because of the game, but like, I don't know. I think that's just a cop-out. Like, hopefully when Gen 10 comes out, there's actual like new mechanics and some new interesting cards instead of just cycling back through Mega Evolutions, which, and again, I know there's people out there that are like, oh, the Megas are awesome. Or, you know, even with the black and white gen, like, I know that's some people's favorites. It's not mine, which that's okay. Like, that actually looks sick. The energy looks nice. But again, that's why I kind of took a break from these later sets, because they weren't for me, and I'm not going to overpay. You know, if I was finding stuff at the stores like I was before, then yeah, I would get stuff and we can just rip stuff just for the sake of content. But I'm not gonna overpay for packs or sets that I don't really have interest in. That's why you guys saw the very little bit of Prismatic Evolutions I opened. Like, especially once we knew what the pull rates were, I'm just like, nope, not doing this. And then Journey Together, the only reason why I didn't really open up Journey Togethers because you couldn't find it. So, I mean, if anyone finds any Journey Together out in the wild, especially like sleeve blisters or anything like that, let me know. I mean, I'll gladly pay you for them. You can ship them to me and I'll rip them and we'll have fun. But I have no interest in Destined Rivals. Like I said, the black and white set I'll probably pass on as well. So the only other thing I'm going to work on, which again, part of the reason why I'm trying to do and post these polls on here, Instagram, and over Discord is because, oh my goodness, hold on, sorry. I just lost track of what I was going to say. Oh, so yeah, the reason why I want to post those polls to see what kind of content you guys want to check out is because I want to get back into doing mail day stuff, right? Granted, I'm not really opening up a lot of the current sets, but there's a lot of promos I'm still looking for. There's other cards that I want to track down. So I'm going to post some polls. I'll probably try and get them knocked out today. If not, they'll be up tomorrow. But again, I'm just trying to get some feedback on what you guys want to see with content going forward. This is the other weird thing too. Like these are the new code cards. I don't like that at all. I think it looks dumb, but there you go. More codes for you guys. Yeah, so like I said, keep an eye out for that. And, you know, no matter where you fill out the poll or if you want to fill it out in all locations, I appreciate it's all for feedback, right? I'm just trying to figure out what you guys want to see, what you don't want to see. Especially with, again, all these sets out currently and a lot of stuff I haven't gotten into. But again, we'll still be doing Final Fantasy Friday stuff, especially with some more sets coming out for that. But again, just look for feedback. I always appreciate your guys' insight. And if you want to like leave specific comments on those posts, if it's outside of what the options are, feel free to. You know, you can always reach out to me on Instagram or message me directly on Discord. You know, I always answer and respond back to you guys. So, but yeah, there's the Mega Mawile code for you. Let me sleeve that up. Hopefully everyone's had a good weekend so far. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, there's potential to, for sure. Again, like, you know, whenever they do the Mega Dragonite card, because I know that's coming, they're going to do the Mega Raichu, especially with the two different forms now. So when that stuff comes out, I'll probably just buy those cards directly. And then obviously I'll show those off, add them to the collection. But, you know what I mean, like, I don't know. I doubt they're going to do a set that's focused around Mega Raichu, right? Because obviously Pikachu gets a spotlight. They're not going to do a set for you know, specifically focused on, you know, Mega Dragonite being the big chase. Because anytime they do dragons, you know, Dragonite's never in that spotlight, unfortunately. But I don't know. Yeah, I hear you. All right, so this here, again, 151 booster bundles. I know these are pretty rare at this point. They're pretty expensive, but this was actually something that I bought from New Kid a long time ago when he was overseas, and I've been sitting on them for a while. I was like, you know what? It would be fun for us to open up and see how we do. I think you guys are going to be really, really impressed, and not to spoil it, but and the reason why they're like this, guys, is because we were hanging out in a different location, and yeah, I didn't really have like boxes or anything to store everything back in. So this was kind of the safest way for us to do it. I'm going to do these in reverse, even though this is all kinds of wonky, but it's because I put all the pulls in the front. But yeah, definitely had a lot of fun opening these. I wish I could open up more of these, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad I completed my 151 set when I did, because it's all just crazy expensive now. Which is unfortunate because it's an awesome set, and just there was too many people that didn't get into it in time, and now it's just out of a lot of people's price range. So I'm glad I completed it. I have a bunch sealed still, and I'm going to sit on and not open it. But so Dragonite, awesome holo here. Yeah, Slowpoke is awesome too. I love that one. But this was like the first pack I opened up, and we pulled the Zapdos Alt-Art. So super excited about that. And again, I didn't really have all my stuff together. So yeah, huge pull there, especially with how expensive this card is. And, you know, climbing more and more. It kind of made up for opening this box. And we still got more stuff on top of that. So yeah, pretty sick. Let me move this off to the side. I'm going to put these up here. I'm going to lay this out like I normally would, just to keep these a little more organized. I do have the 151 binder above me, so kind of go through that at some point. But that's the other thing too, guys. Like, especially when I'm doing like collection showcase stuff that I want to get back into, I'm going to pull out some of the older binders. You know, not, you know, some that I'm adding to, but just some for the sake of looking at, because it's been a long time since I've looked at them. So I know some people like that, some people really don't care, but again, I want to have fun, but I don't want to really, you know, I don't want to waste too much of my time if you guys, you know, if it's not stuff you guys enjoy, you know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense and I'm not just rambling, but yeah, definitely going to go through my collection again, look at some of the sealed collection stuff. I didn't realize how many sealed promos that I have, so we're going to show a lot of that stuff off as well. But yeah, you guys know I have everything organized in tubs, so it's going to be nice to go through all that stuff again. But yeah, pretty awesome hit here, if I remember correctly. Yes, so early on, look at these. Both of these got pulled yesterday. Two huge hits, obviously. And it's funny because I was talking about trying to buy some of like the lower end Charizard cards, because I don't really have a Charizard collection. I have very few. But yeah, it was convenient. As I was talking about it, I pulled this one. So yeah, two awesome hits there. Yeah. And again, all from this same booster bundle. So I think there was maybe one other hit, maybe, potentially. I don't know. Again, we opened up so much stuff yesterday. Had a really good time doing it, so no complaints there. Oh yeah, we did get one of these energies. The Aerodactyl Hollow. And then, yeah, Charmander Reverse. Always nice seeing that. But again, 151, obviously an awesome set. I'm interested to see what they're going to do next in terms of like that kind of sets. A lot of people are saying, you know, like maybe Ruby Sapphire. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see them do gold silver, right? So do the 250 or the 152 and up. But again, Gen 2 is my second favorite gen, so maybe I'm just playing favorites, but I don't know. I think that'd be kind of sick to see. But yeah, I think the rest of this, I'm trying to remember if we had other hits in here. Let's take a look and see. This is also one of those sets where they didn't organize it by the element type. They organized it by the original numbers, which was awesome. It was just a bit confusing. Oh yeah, we got the Raichu in there as well. So yeah, it was a bit confusing trying to put him in the binder that first time. Did I put... Oh yeah, this is a reverse. That's really hard to see with this reverse there. But yeah, I remember setting up the 151 binder originally, and it was just very, very tough because, yeah, I know all the Pokemon, but like just trying to remember the numbers and all the orders they go in after all these years of being like, all right, so, you know, grass goes first and then, you know, fire and so on and so forth. Yeah, kind of broke the brain a little bit, but all right. Go through the rest of this real quick, but yeah, again, pretty decent out of one booster bundle. I wish I could get more of these, but again, if you guys look at the channel, I definitely had my fill of 151 openings, so it's not like I missed out. I had plenty of fun. I completed this set, and I'm happy that I did. But if you guys want to see that binder, I'll gladly show that off again. Just remind me. I'll mix it into the openings for sure. Yep, still got to finish your 151. Hey, I'm here to help, man. So whatever you're missing, obviously let me know, and we'll try and track that stuff down for you. The good thing is you have a lot of the higher end stuff, you know what I mean? So if I remember correctly, it's just kind of filling in the minor gaps. But yeah, especially with the Zapdos, I know you have that as well. And I think we pulled the duplicate when I was hanging out with you last time, so. Good old Ditto, just fitting in the rocks there. it's so funny, like, because, you know, at work, when we get cards to us, right, they're all in sleeves, but they're all, you know, fitted through the top. It is really nice. I like that. But because how I store cards, I always put them in this way. So I got to remember when I'm at work, I got to remember to load them back into the sleeve properly. Not like it damages or anything, and we don't use perfect fits at work. They're the loose, like, penny sleeves, but it's just habit, you know what I mean? So, yeah, again, out of one booster bundle we opened yesterday, I think we did really well. I've got a few of these, which is funny. I think I have... Let me actually pull these out real quick. I think I have another Zapdos that I've just been sitting on, so probably grade them, especially because I already have them complete for my set. Yeah, let me look at these real quick. So I have just random Dragon Shield boxes that I just have loose stuff sitting in. So, but yeah, just some random stuff that I took out of one of my binders that I need to put back in. But yeah, so there we go there. I did have a second one. Got 2 of the gold earthen vessels. I was hoping to sell these off because they're expensive, but no one really wanted them, even though they're really playable. The Monkadoris got some good value on it. And then this is all just random Japanese. Got some art rares in here as well, but I need to put them back in my duplicate binder. But yeah, just something I need to get back to for sure. Put the other Zapdos with this. But yeah, I'll be doing another... yes, say I did grade them. Yeah, they have been graded. If you look at one of the previous Final Fantasy Fridays, you'll see it's got the CGC recap in there, and yeah, they did really well. It's an awesome collection. I sprinkled in some other stuff too to round out that submission, so definitely take a look at that. Let me know what you think. Yeah, had a lot of fun with that one for sure. But yeah, let me put these back in here. Nope, wrong box. For sure. Yeah, let me know. We had got another Charizard to add to the Charizard collection. I'll grade those Zapdos at some point. But yeah, good old 151. Always comes through. Again, I'm glad that I was able to open this set when it was current. And I'm glad I'm sitting on some sealed product as well for future me to have. All right. So we went through this stuff here. Let me move this off to the side. All right, so next, since we're talking about CGC submissions, we're going to take a look and check out my next one. So again, I'm alternating between Pokemon and Final Fantasy / Kingdom Hearts, especially because if you guys weren't here the other day, I opened up a bunch of Kingdom Hearts, the art museum set that just came out. So that was really, really fun, but there's a lot of stuff I want to get graded from that. So let me lay out some sleeves real quick. I've got my Voltex little card savers. So let's take a look and see part of the next submission that I have here. What's going on, Ryan? How we doing? But, so check this out. So, let me move these over just a little more. Okay, cool. So, and again, I'm going to take these stuff out of the top loaders, get them prepped for grading. But we have the Mega Venusaur EX, right? Obviously, it's from the Mega Evolution set. And then we have the Bulbasaur Alt Art, or the Art Rare, sorry. We also have the Ivysaur. And of course, you kind of see where I'm going here. We have the Mega Venusaur as well. So we have all 3 of those there. And the other Mega Venusaur from this set. So that should be pretty interesting there. I'm just going to do this as I'm going through. I'm just going to sleeve them up and get them proper. So you guys know I already have another submission that's going out. You guys saw the paperwork for that yesterday or on Friday. Another Final Fantasy submission. But this is going to be another submission. So again, I'm trying to do 2 submissions per month. Obviously, we're getting to the tail end of this month, so I'm kind of squeezing in 2 right at the end. But I have the other big Pokemon submission out currently, which I'm still waiting to get back. But yeah, so really just goes into these sleeves. I like using these ones because it has the pull tab on it. And especially for, you know, when I'm at work and I see stuff like this, it's easy because you just take it out like that. It keeps it nice and organized. And again, it gives it room so it's not crammed in there. You're not jamming the cards in there. So it's also why I switched to the Voltex ones. You guys know I used to use the Ultra Pro ones. They're too tight around the card. But yeah, so take a look and see. And again, you know, I kind of pre-grade all my own stuff now. At least look it over and see what I think. Just give my honest opinion on this. This one's really, really clean. Centering looks nice on this one. There's nothing wrong with the corners or the edges. Centering is slightly off, at least for me, right? And again, like, I can finally say I am a trained professional. Like, I work for CGC. I grade cards every single day, and then I come home and look at more cards in my off time. But for me, I think this is still within standards. Like, every company has their threshold, and I'm obviously not going to disclose how our company does business. But yeah, I still think this is well within standards, so I think we're good to go there. And again, I'm excited to see how these come back. Just a little bit of a preview. But yeah, isn't that funny though, dude? Like, and you know, I was talking about it when we were at the shop yesterday, and New Kid was like, you know, people that don't know you probably think that, you know, I'm some smug ass that's just like, oh, these cards are, you know, this is an 8.5 or that's a 9 or this is a 10. Like, no, dude, like, I literally see this stuff every single day of my life at work. So I have a really good idea of where these cards would sit. So same thing like this one, right? Again, looks absolutely clean. Centering super nice. And again, this is pack fresh. So there's no scratches, anything on it. There's no dings, dents. But yeah, I think it's hilarious, dude. And it's just, yeah, it's a good time for sure. Yeah, looks absolutely amazing. Again, I think it's cool. Again, I'm not really into the Mega Evolution set, but I think this 3-piece works really, really well. There's a lot of bright and vibrant colors. And again, good potential for these to grade really, really well. And again, full disclosure, no, I do not grade my own cards. For employee submissions, they go to somebody else. And if by random chance it did end up on my desk, it's my responsibility to notify someone, and then they hand it off to another grader. So don't think that I'm just sitting at work grading my own stuff, guys. But yeah, this is the Mega Venusaur EX. Again, this is the alt art, or the SIR, right? You have the 2 stars down there. Again, a lot going on this card here, but again, bright and vibrant colors here. These ones are a little bit easier, especially in terms of like looking at centering, because it has like the silver like hollow border. Most of these are pretty well kept. And again, really, really nice here. And even, so that's the other thing too you have to keep in mind, right? Like, I know centering looks kind of off on the front a little bit from top to bottom, because this bottom border, at least to me, looks a little bit thinner. But on the back, it's not as bad, right? So you have to remember there's 3 layers to this, right? There's this layer, there's this layer, and then there's a middle section, right? Which keeps the integrity of the card together, adds that rigidity. It's also how you can prove if cards are fake or not. But yeah, so centering can be different from the front and back of these cards. It's not, usually it's not wildly different, but you can have differences there. So, but yeah, should be interesting to see how the trio gets graded. And again, threw in the other Venusaur because why not? It's Venusaur related. So let me show you some other stuff I'm putting in to kind of round off this order. And then something else that I got, and for all intents and purposes of what I'm saying here, it was a gift to me. So as a gift, it's my own property. I know that sounds kind of weird to say, but I'm just saying that in case anyone wants to throw out any accusations. It's, well, again, I'm just trying to cover my own ass here if you guys get the hint of what I'm saying. But let me put some of these sleeves back real quick. And again, I do that, guys, because of the company I work for, right? I don't want there to be any misinterpretation or, yeah, anything like that. So, all right. So, to round off this order, right? So we have 4 cards here. Obviously, I'm doing these in like batches of 10. So I added 3 more cards to this, which I think should do pretty well as well. We got the Chinese 151 Venusaur full art. You can tell it's Chinese because, and it's a little bit tougher to see, but in that bottom left corner, let's see if I can get in a little bit close. It's not going to pick up. Let me try it outside of the card saver. Yep, so right down there, that bottom left corner, there is a Pokemon stamp. Yes, that is a legitimate stamp from the Pokemon company. They do that on all their simplified Chinese cards. So if you're opening up simplified Chinese, or you just happen to find these randomly out and about, yes, there is a stamp there. That's totally okay. That's how it's supposed to be. Now, again, another Venusaur card, and I did just kind of spoil what's behind it, but it's all good. Let me just slide these down here. So there's our 5 at the top. So we have this absolutely amazing Sylveon V. This is one of the trainer gallery cards from, I want to say this from Brilliant Stars. Yeah, Brilliant Stars. Yeah, I don't think that's Astral Radiance. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. I've been sitting on this for a while. Almost forgot that I actually had it. That one's in a sleeve. So let me take it out of here. I was looking over again earlier. This card's in really, really good shape. I didn't see any major issues. So that's why I was like, hey, let me add it to the pile. I remember grading some of these before for myself. And they held up pretty well. Centering's off just a little bit on this one, top to bottom. But again, I mean, if I was grading it, I'd say it's within the threshold. But, you know, obviously it's not up to me. But yeah, another good one for the submission there. Excited to see how that goes. Did I just take it out? Okay. That's how my brain works. I'm like, oh, let me grab another one, even though there's one on the table right in front of me. It's all good. It's been a long day so far. But got a bunch more games I want to play later on today. There's a game that's currently in test phase, which, I mean, Alex, I can say that we're playing that, right? Like, I just can't talk about it specifically, if you know what I'm getting to, right? Like, I can say that I'm playing it, but I can't say anything about it, if that makes sense, right? Like, I don't want someone to be randomly watching this and be like, okay, yeah, so, myself, okay, yeah. Gotcha. So, yeah, so we've been playing a lot of Marathon lately. It's the new extraction shooter from Bungie. Yeah, it's been great. I'm trying to, and again, I'm not really into extraction shooters, so I'm learning how to play and learning, like, that every run doesn't need to be, like, some sweat fest where I'm trying to kill everybody in the lobby. But it's been fun, and I'm really starting to get used to it and trying to learn all the different runners. Unfortunately, it's only up for a couple more days, so we want to try and get some more gaming in on it. Probably going to play a bit today. Probably going to play tomorrow. Probably going to play all the way up till they take the game down, honestly, so. Gotcha. All right. Hold on one second. Yeah, tomorrow night, I think. All right, sorry about that. All right, so next. This one's going to be pretty nice, too. This is one I pulled recently. And I'm super excited about this one because, again, it's a really nice card. I think it's in really good shape. And, yeah, excited to see how this one grades as well. But let's take a look. So, the absolutely beautiful Hilda. This is the alt art we pulled from the White Flare set that we opened up. That's when I pulled that God pack, which was absolutely insane. But yeah, so this is, again, one of the few higher end cards I have from the black and white set. But again, all absolutely beautiful artwork here. Got a couple Pokemon featured in it as well, which I like. But yeah, this should be a fun submission too. Hopefully we get, I don't know, I think it's well within the realm of that gem to pristine. But again, absolutely beautiful card. I love all the color on that one. So that leaves us to the last 3 cards for the submission. Now this is a little bit different. And that's a good thing about, you know, when you submit cards, right? Even for yourselves, right? If you're a customer, right, you can submit stuff any kind of which way. It does make it easier if you send all the cards in one kind of way. Or like all TCG or all sports or all non-sports. But again, you know, they'll all get graded and kept together. So this here, and this is really interesting because these are super rare. And it's something that you don't really see, but yeah, this should be interesting. So, and again, I'm gonna have to open this up. This is a sealed, you know, sleeve here. There are 3 cards in this. Yes, I think there's 3 cards in this. So, let me just make sure I have everything ready for this. All right. So, this was a really interesting collab that the Dodgers did with an anime. I'm sorry, not anime, but with VTubers, which I'm not the biggest VTuber fan by any means. I don't really keep up with the track any of them, but someone gave this to me and said, hey, this would be an interesting submission. So yeah, I'm going to take them up on it. And they handed this out at the game. So again, it's just one of those things where it even says not for sale here. You can only get this from that game, and it's kind of tough for me to be opening this right now, but again, it's going right into a sleeve, and then it's going to go off and get graded. So I'm trying to be delicate with this because, again, they are sports cards in all intents and purposes. So they have those sharp corners, which can get dented and damaged very easily. But let's take a look. What's going on, New Kid? How we doing? Just here, just in time, we're looking at some of the cards for my next CGC submission. So let's take a look and flip these. Actually, you know, I'm going to lay them out, and then I'm going to sleeve them up. But let's take a look. So, and again, this was a collab with HoloLive and the Dodgers. So again, pretty neat. Something that obviously you don't see all the time. But again, this was handed out at a Dodgers game. So this is the only way you can get this set. Now, I guess they do this all the time, where they have random collabs like this, where there's cards you can only get at the stadiums. So I think that's pretty neat. So should be interesting to see how these grade. I have seen a couple of these come through. Obviously, I'm not a sports grader, but yeah, should be pretty interesting. Let me get all these up here. And this is actually going to lead perfectly into the next part of this stream. So, yeah, again, this is the next CGC submission. Obviously, you guys saw the Final Fantasy one I showed off on Friday. So we're going to send that and this. Obviously, two different submissions, but send them off at the same time. And hopefully we do well. Again, interested to see how these do. Some of these are really, really new cards, and then these other ones are just cards that I thought were in really good shape. So I want to give a shot and see how they do. But yeah, another 10-card submission. I'll get all the paperwork and stuff prepped for that, and then I'll have to, we can only drop them off on Fridays, so we've got a few days before I actually have to get all that ready. All right, so next, it's kind of perfect timing that New Kid just got here. So I did show off the gifts, so again, I appreciate that. We're about to show off your binders. Is there any specific order you would like to see us show off your collection? Do you want to start with the non-Pokemon stuff and then go into the Pokemon stuff? You let me know. Obviously, it's your collection. But I'm just glad I'm able to show it off. I think it's pretty sick that... What's going on, Jay? How we doing? All right, cool. Dealer's choice. Gotcha. So, we're going to start with the non-Pokemon stuff. And again, these binders should just fit on screen. You guys let me know if I need to make any camera adjustments. But yeah, so New Kid has an absolutely insane collection, right? Even outside of all the Pokemon stuff, which I think you guys are going to like. He's got some really awesome Magic the Gathering cards. And again, New Kid, while you're in chat, feel free to chime in, right? Kind of type out some notes or some kind of where these cards came from or some of the specialties behind them. Obviously, it's your collection, right? So feel free to chime in. So this binder here is really neat. And again, we're starting off with some of the Magic the Gathering. This is a split binder, so there's some other TCGs in here as well. And again, I'm not the most knowledgeable Magic the Gathering person or any other TCG, honestly, but we were going through this yesterday. There's some great stuff in here and just some really neat looking cards. And then I don't remember if it's in this binder or not. But one of these binders, he has some really cool Japanese cards as well. And then he also has some of the binder of decent value, Magic, and One Piece. Gotcha. And then he has, we'll save the other binder for next, but there's some really, really cool stuff in the next binder for sure. I do like this binder though, like the lime green sleeves like that. You don't ever see that, which is really, really sick. All right, so next, getting into One Piece. Again, very, very popular anime. Obviously, they're like, hey, let's make even more money and do a TCG. Can you guys see this? Like, does this fit on screen all right? I'm looking at stream. Okay, yeah, it fits. It should be okay. But the only thing I really know about One Piece is the main character, right? Obviously, you have Monkey D. Luffy, which there's so many different styles of that card. Okay, it fits on screen. Cool, thank you. But again, and there's so many different art styles too, right? Which is kind of insane. They do like anime style, right? And then they have more like, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's anime, but hopefully you guys know what I mean, right? Like some of them look like hyper realistic, and then other ones, it's just like everything else, right? There's different illustrators and stuff. I actually looked this card up earlier, New Kid. There's some pretty good value on this one. I know we were talking about this the other day. This one's kind of neat. I'm going to take this out. They are sleeved. This is a pre-release winner card. Again, Monkey D. Luffy. It's a pretty sick promo card. It's earlier on. It's promo 036. But yeah, some good value on that one. It seems like it's trending up, which is obviously good for you. But again, there's all kinds of cool stuff in here. Again, I don't know anything about One Piece or the mechanics of the TCG. But again, it looks pretty neat. I do see this a lot at like Walmart and Target. So obviously, you know, there's people buying this all the time. It's very, very popular. And again, it's an anime with over 1,000 episodes. So it makes sense that they would make trading cards at some point in time. And there's a lot of what I would say are like fan service cards for sure. But yeah, some absolutely wild looking cards in here. All right, so there's that one. Again, nice little mix of One Piece and Magic. Again, pretty cool looking binder. I like this one. Oh man, I saw. Nah, it's all right. Yeah, I showed the majority of all the. I forgot, like, I have all this other like Pokemon bulk down here, which I don't really need to go through this. Oh, I'm gonna move it off to the side. All right. Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of absolutely insane cards. All right, so this next binder here, another really awesome looking binder. Let me slide these other ones over so they don't tip over in the middle of me talking about this stuff. All right, so this one here, this is a Magic the Gathering binder. There's a lot of the Secret Lair cards in here. As you can see right off the bat, we have some of the Fortnite Secret Lair cards. That's what it is, right? Secret Lair. It's where it's just like those random mix collabs. Which is funny because, you know, we talk about this all the time. I felt like Magic is pretty much becoming like the Fortnite of TCGs. And it's funny to see that they did Secret Lair. Gotcha. So this one is Secret Lair cards, and then obviously more decent value Magic. So again, there's all kinds of neat stuff in here. If there's anything you want me to specifically showcase or talk about, feel free to, or again, just type it in chat. But some of the artwork on this stuff is insane. These ones are really sick because these are like Halloween, like almost like movie poster-esque cards. Obviously, they did this a couple times. I'll try and get some of the glare out. But yeah, pretty solid collection. I like these ones. These are like the black and white artwork cards. Yeah, just looking absolutely insane. You got some of these Japanese lands as well, which look absolutely amazing. I'm not going to take any of these cards out. I'm going to leave them the way they are. Just because, again, it's his collection. I don't want to mess anything up. But again, then you have some of this stuff too, right? So you have the... what is that? It's not Transformers, right? Or are these... it's so funny. I want to say Transformers or Voltron. It looks like yeah, they're Transformers. I see the logo on his chest. But then you have some of the Street Fighter cards, which again I thought were pretty sick. Transformers, gotcha. You got the Hadouken. No, like I said, dude, I'm not gonna. I don't want to mess with any of these, dude. But yeah, I love those Zangief's literally fighting a bear. But again, the Secret Lair is that collab like that where they just put, you know, different like pop culture stuff together. These are really sick too. Again, more of these Japanese cards that looked absolutely stunning. I know Alex from /frag was going to look at these. So these lands are pretty sick too. That's a great question. Yeah, New Kid, you would be the rep for this one. So fire away. Yeah, Vaporwave. Yeah. Just looking absolutely insane. You got some of the Godzilla lands in here as well. I like this one too. This one looks like it was literally just like hand drawn. Like they left this blank and they're like, all right, cool, we'll draw something on there. But yeah, a lot of absolutely stunning cards here. And again, I'm not the biggest Magic the Gathering fan by any means, but I do appreciate art. So got some of the Miku cards here. I know she and that realm are very, very popular. Again, you got some more movie poster-esque cards here. Some of these baseball, like old school baseball cards. Some more really awesome lands. I love these ones. These are all like the like almost what, like Windows 95 like digital art cards, right? That's what they look like to me. Again, just some absolutely beautiful lands. Again, some more like Halloween-esque like movie poster stuff. And no, the cards aren't worn. That's just like the artwork and how that looks. So these are really, really sick. And this blew my mind when he was explaining this to me. So you see some of these cards here are like, her face is blank here. This is kind of empty. These cards here are stickers, right? Like it's a card, but there's stickers built on them. So in theory, you can peel them off and put them on some of these other adjacent cards. Now, some of them line up like she looks like a pirate, so she probably has pirate-esque accessories. But to think that you would ever peel them off and actually put them on these cards, I mean, I never would. And obviously, New Kid didn't either. But, yeah, it's just neat to see that, like, they ended up doing that. A couple of the wolves here. That was actually pretty sick. There was another... Oh, yeah. The Evil Dead cards. I don't know how I skipped over those, but yeah, that's absolutely sick. Yeah, honestly, the only Secret Lair cards I ever wanted were the Street Fighter ones and the Final Fantasy ones. Maybe the SpongeBob ones, just for the memes. But yeah, once, you know, with Secret Lair, especially like once they're out of print, like good luck. They just skyrocket in price. All right, so there's some more awesome looking cards here. And again, some really cool Japanese cards in here. Again, just the different artwork and different art styles in this are just absolutely insane. It's funny because the only thing I really know about Magic is like the higher these numbers are, obviously the stronger the creature is, right? So you have like a 7/5, a 7/7, and I know there's other effects and multipliers and stuff that like can increase those strengths. Like this one, there's a 12/12. That's absolutely insane. What's up?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, what's up?
When you get trash, tell you I need to dump it out. I can't go out.
Okay, yeah, no worries. A few more cards sprinkled in here. Oh, no, we're still going. There's still pages in here. Okay. That's the other thing I like about Magic. Some of the older runs have the white borders on the cards. I know like some of the early sets did that, and then when they like reprinted those sets or did like, I guess like technically like a re-release of them, they kept that same kind of pattern. Yeah, definitely pretty impressive. Oh, here's some other really awesome lands. Yeah, these ones are really, really sick. Just imagine having a whole deck of these and like that's what you use for your lands. And there's probably people out there that do it for sure, but yeah, oil lands. Gotcha. a few more cards to look at here, and then we're going to get into his Pokemon binders. What time is it? A little over an hour in. And then ending off with some more lands here. And that's the other thing too, right? Like, and you guys saw when I streamed on Friday, all the other Final Fantasy lands that I have, especially like the full art ones, they just put so much effort into the lands, which is sick. But again, another amazing binder here. And again, thank you, New Kid, for allowing me to show all this stuff off for you. Don't judge the Pokemon. Nah, never, dude. Never any judgment here, man. It's, you collect whatever you want. That's why I always say, right? Collect what you want and how you want, right? As long as you're not hurting someone in the process or like doing some, I don't know, some things that could harm somebody else, I think you're fine. All right. So let's start with this one here. This is a heavy one. So he has 3 binders, 2 that are pretty much full, and then there's like a work in progress one. But I remember talking to New Kid when he started this collection, and it's come a long way. And he was kind of joking about it yesterday, but I told him, like, what he has in these binders is really, really expensive. Like, especially with the boom right now, and he bought at the right time, and he gets stuff at great prices. Like, and every card that he has in these binders is like near mint, if not mint. So, you know what I mean? It's, you'll see, but let's take a look. And he has a method to his madness, if you will, in the order that he has these in. I'm overly impressed with this, and I tell him this every time I see this. I really like, what's going on, dude? How's it going, man? I'm just looking at my buddy's collection right now. He let me borrow some of his binders, and he's got some stuff he wants me to show off. So starting off with Parasol Lady, and again, you'll see as we go through this, right, he has a way that he's formatted this. If you want to chime in with the way that you did this or the thought behind a New Kid, feel free to. But Parasol Lady, one of my favorite full arts and alt arts as of the late. I do have this card graded in Japanese. Right. So you said it perfectly, right? It started off as a joke to collect all the humans instead of Pokemon. And now it's and you're absolutely right. It is a serious collection. So I'm going to try and fit it all in here. And again, you have some stuff from the older XY, or Sun and Moon. He has some XY trainers in here as well. But again, I like how he's formatted this, right? Like, these cards literally go together, and then he has the trainer on the bottom. But again, it's awesome that, you know, his collection has grown this much, and honestly, a pretty short amount of time. Like, this is only maybe a few years, right? Like, and again, he's kept up with some of the more recent sets. No, not anytime soon. I mean, unless people want to push over and hit like the last bit of subscribers that I need to push this to 900. No, we're not doing any giveaways anytime soon, especially with any of this stuff. But appreciate you asking, heroes. Yeah, if you want to bring some people over, you want to have some people check out the content, yeah, I mean, you're more than welcome to. Fire away. Oh, New Kid, I was going to ask you, do you want me to change this sleeve out? Because this is just like a random blue sleeve. Obviously, I mean, I have all my sleeves here. I just didn't know if there was a reason behind this, if you want me to change it out or not. Okay. Right, right. I like this one too, right? Because this has like all the winter theme to it. And again, you kind of see like he has some spots missing, so he's still trying to fill stuff in. But yeah, again, absolutely impressive. And this is just one binder, guys. Wait till you see the other stuff. But again, this is one of those things where, again, all this stuff is in near mint to mint condition. So He has no intention of, parting ways with this anytime soon. So this is going to be a binder he sits on for a while and keeps adding to. And, with the way the market's looking right now, I don't see it slowing anytime soon. So he definitely has some nice investment pieces here. I like how he threw in even the old school copycat, especially because there's only 3 versions of this card, by the way, and he has all of them, at least currently. So this one was cool too. I like this one, right? Iono. And then the TV reporter with it, so kind of a perfect fit. That's a great question, Hero. So obviously I shop around. I try and shop local and just try and find stuff at retail. If you can't find that, obviously, try and support your local game store, but be reasonable, right? And I was talking, me and New Kid were hanging out yesterday. They want $100 for an Elite Trainer box that, I think that's a bit overpriced. Just my own opinion, of course. But yeah, I mean, even if you get stuff from like Pokémon, like Card Caravan, like some of the more reputable and straightforward sellers. Yeah, I mean, if their prices are a little bit high, you're getting it from a legitimate person. But yeah, that's how I would go about it. I'm really going hard on Japanese booster packs currently, because they're way cheaper for the exact same thing and something that's better card quality, and isn't just grossly mass produced. And their cards, on average, grade a lot better than English. So, but yeah, again, there's a lot of different ways. But yeah, even on Instagram, right, you catch people posting stuff for sale. You just gotta be careful, right, and just do your research. If you're ever curious, obviously you can send stuff over to me, and I'll try and help you research. But same thing if you're shopping on eBay, always look at their feedback, right? Even if someone has 10,000 ratings, there could be a potential for a lot of negative ones, right? And you don't need to look at something from 5-6 years ago unless it was a catastrophic negative. But look at some of the more recent reviews, right? If it makes sense and it seems trustworthy, or if hey, there's blatant red flags, then don't shop there. But yeah, like I said, for me, because the English Pokemon stuff is just way too expensive, and I think it's overpriced, to be completely honest, I'm opening more Japanese and Chinese currently, and because the Chinese market is growing, but their card quality is better than English too. So for anyone that's trying to do that kind of stuff, especially for investments, or if you want to get stuff graded, Japanese and Chinese is the way to go. English is just terrible card quality. They really don't care because, again, they're just turn and burning and pumping stuff out, because people are going to mindlessly pay whatever price, which is unfortunate. But yeah, again, just all my own opinion, right? I'm just an individual with my own take on things. I really like this whole section, by the way, so I'm going to sidetrack. Penny is awesome, right? And then she has her alt identity as Cassiopeia. And then you have Misty on the end, especially with Misty's tears here, the OG and one of the old band artwork cards. Yeah, I thought that was pretty sick to have that in there. Oh, New Kid, this is where I put that Rosa, by the way. I just put it in here because I didn't want it sitting around loose. So, I mean, obviously move it around as you see fit, but that's why I put it, just so it had a spot. But yeah, so in terms, so Hero, so in terms of Glory to Team Rocket, the Japanese set, those packs are less than $3 by most sellers. Sometimes you see $3.50, but it's way cheaper than paying $9 or $10 for the English equivalent of Destined Rivals, which, again, you guys know how I feel about Destined Rivals. I think it was a botched set. I think it's garbage. But the Glory to Team Rocket set, you can get those packs for way cheaper. It's the same cards, way better quality. But again, all just my own opinion, obviously. Got some of the Lilies here, and obviously, Lily's a very popular character, and a lot of her cards are very, very expensive, and they continue to grow in price all the time. So, these ones here, these are the newest iterations from Mega Evolutions. You have the regular and the alt art here. Yeah, and then again, even some of the old XY full arts. So, again, really awesome collection here. Obviously, it's still growing, and he's still trying to piece together more things, but it's maxed out for sure. Every page has a purpose. I really like this one too. Adventures, Discovery, and then the Underground Expedition in the middle. All right. 2 more binders to go, and then we're going to wrap the stream. Here comes a shameless plug. If you guys do enjoy this kind of content, make sure you hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you are subscribed, I truly appreciate it. Just all I ask is you spread the word. You know, share it on Discord, Instagram, whatever social media you use. You guys can check me out on Discord and Instagram. I used to have the eBay store up and running, but I had to close that down, unfortunately. I had a good run, but, you know, I have a more stable job currently, so it's a very easy decision for me to make. Good old Team Rocket page here, obviously, is still filling. We were talking about how crazy the Jesse and James card, like, randomly boomed out of nowhere, when this card was, like, $1 or $2 for years, and then just out of nowhere, it's like, oh, here's a $100 card. But again, you see some of the other ones, right? Like, I didn't even realize, too, so he explained this to me, so Lusamine, I think that's how you pronounce her name, she has a light and a dark, or a day and night version, if you will. For some reason, the night version is way more expensive than the day or the light, but it looks absolutely insane. Erica's Invitation, again, another absolutely beautiful full art. This one I remember because this one's from Shining Legends, one of my favorite sets. So I remember pulling this one in English and Japanese. And again, it's a work in progress, right? Like, obviously, there's still some spots that need to be filled. But again, everyone's got a method to their own madness, and I really like how this is laid out. And I'm excited to see how this continues to grow going forward. All right, this one's... All right, yeah, this one's... All right. And the last one, so I really like this one, especially because of the binder he decided to use. All right, sorry, I had to wipe my eye real quick. All right, so here he's got the big Charizard binder here. It's got the nice zipper on it. And no, don't worry, it's not completely empty. This is kind of cool too. It has the fire and the Charizard little emblems on it. Oh. All right, so new kid, if you're still here, if you want to explain how you have this laid out. Obviously, there's trainer gallery stuff in here, which is kind of sick. Yeah, that's a good idea, Squirtle Gang. And first of all, thanks for stopping by. But no, for real, that would be a good idea. So I'll show you the one that I'm using. And again, especially with the theme I'm going for Scarlet Violet for that mini binder, it's pretty much done. But yeah, we'll wrap the stream with that. I'll show off those 2 little mini binders just so you have an idea of how I'm doing it. But because, you know, Scarlet Violet is done, that mini binder is pretty much done. I only need like a few cards to fill it out and it's done. But anyway, back to this one. So I like how this is laid out, right? Because it's kind of matching going across the page there, which is sick. And again, it's got trainer gallery in here. It's got a good mix, so... This card's really cool. Iono's Belly Bolt. I have this card in Japanese. I don't have the English version of this one, so... But that's part of the promos that I need to get back into. Sorry, I didn't realize how zoomed in the camera was. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I definitely need to get back into collecting more of the promos. But, all right, let me grab the other little mini binders real quick. Trainer Gallery has a trainer next to it in the binder. Gotcha. All right, let me grab my other little mini binders real quick and we'll wrap up. All right, so absolutely, man. Thanks for trusting me with your collection, dude. All right, so this is my little mini binder, nice little Vault-X. So this is the one I'm using currently for my art rares or my IRs. So, and again, I try to pull some from each of the Scarlet and Violet sets. Obviously, you know, I've got some of my favorites in there, some of the more expensive ones as well. But again, just a couple from each set. I didn't get every single one from each set because obviously there's art rares I don't really like. But again, since Scarlet Violet's done, this binder's pretty much done. There are a few stragglers that I want to pick up. I even put these in here, right? These full art trainers because of the different art style with them. But again, we got a few more gaps in here. But in terms of how this is laid out, I mean, this is pretty much done, right? Because the ARs go right into the Crystal EXs, which these are done as well. And these are done as of, before Journey Together. So there aren't any more of these that came out, which is nice because I have like 99% of them. So some of the cards I still need for this, right? So I still need the Alt Art Charizard Crystal version to go in here. As you see, like I have the Gold Garchomp and then the Alt Art Garchomp. If it's got it in its crystal form, that's the card that I want to put in here, right? So same thing here, right? I need the shiny Charizard. Well, 9 of those. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. The Greninja, obviously that one's going to be crazy expensive, but again, I'll pick it up eventually. But again, there's not too many more I need. For here, I need the Terrapagos Alt Art. I have the Executor. The Pikachu one's going to be expensive. But really, outside of that, the only things I need, because this wraps up everything with like the Crystal, or the Terraform cards. And then for here, the only thing I'm trying to do is I want to get all of the, like the Pokemon and they're like the Ghost Trainer in the back. And then the 2 gold cards, so right? So I have everything here for Journey Together, or for Battle Partners, sorry. And then the next spot is obviously for Heatwave Arena. And then since I have Team Rocket in another binder, I'm not putting it in here. But I do have the 2 promos, and then just the lone Japanese evolution that I got from Terrafest EX. But yeah. That's going to do it for today's stream, guys. A nice 85, almost 86 minutes into the stream. I'm going to do some quick shout-outs. Thank everyone for coming by. Yeah, and like I said, keep an eye out for these CGC submissions, especially as they come back. We'll recap them. But let's do some shout-outs real quick. Squirrel Gang, obviously new kid. Thank you so much for letting me borrow and show off your stuff. Heroes, thanks for coming by. Mewtwo Dude, it was a pleasure seeing you. The boys from /frag, Alex. I might have another person for us to play Marathon with, so I'll hit you up in a little bit about that. Saya, nice to see you. I know you were gone for a little bit, but good to see you back. Jay, thanks for coming by. Ryan, thanks for stopping by. And good old Nugget, thank you so much. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's stream, guys. Again, I'm going to try having another stream up and running for Friday and next Sunday. So keep an eye out for that. Check out all the social media stuff. Again, hit up Discord. Check me out on Instagram. If you're not subscribed to this channel, maybe this content is the reason why you haven't been yet. So hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys on the next one. But that's going to do it for me. I'm WakoBako. Take it easy.